Okay. Today's lesson is our lessons from chapter 11 of Thinking into Results. The chapter is called Leaving People with an Impression of Increase. However, there's so much more in the chapter, and I'm going to share some of it with you. So, the concept of leaving everyone you meet with an impression of increase is where the chapter starts off. And everybody does something good. So look for it, speak about it. You know, if you're at a cashier and you see that they are doing something great, or you like the way that they do something, comment on it. Even if it's about their hair or their clothes or the way that they speak or the way how quick they are with how they process your transaction, anything that you can find, comment on it, speak it out loud. And because this is not just so you get people to like you, the reason is because you start to vibrate at a higher level. You start looking for the positivity in your life and everyone's life, and it changes your inside, which changes your outside and changes your actions, changes your vibration, and changes the results that come that the results that you create and what comes back to you. So it really is working with the law of attraction. What you give out, you receive. And who wouldn't want to receive compliments and people attracted to you and attracted to your goals, your aims, what you're working on, the help that you need? So it's really about giving, and creating that sense of increase in yourself and in others when you meet them. So if you practice this week, anything, practice this. Everyone you meet, think about, how can I leave them with an impression of increase from having interacted with me? How will they feel awesome just for having talked to me, even if it's on the street and you're asking them for directions, or you're saying hi to a friend that you meet in the street? And you might be feeling dopey or down or upset. If you're looking for a way to add value to their life, then you're actually going to add value to your life too. And you're going to change your whole vibration. And that could change the course of your life, really, a decision like that, to not be in a grumpy, upset state any longer and start looking at all of the things that you're grateful for. And you start with the person in front of you. So, and just a review of everything that we've studied here. Your thoughts create your feelings in the subconscious mind. Your feelings create the vibration of your body, of your entity. And that vibration is from where you act. And your actions go out into the world, reverberate, and what comes back to you are the results that you are creating. So what you're thinking about, what you're focusing on, changes your feelings, changes your vibration, changes your actions, changes your results. So start thinking correctly. This is why Bob called the program Thinking into Results. It starts with the thoughts. We don't just rely on information coming in and we react to it. No, we think about what we want first and we create it. And then the universe reacts to us, bringing us what we want, creating what we want. So it's the creator role. We move into creators. So leaders are those people who make others feel good about themselves. I heard a quote that said, an average leader works to have their followers feel good about them, but a phenomenal leader has those who follow them feel good about themselves so that they are performing at their peak. So that's what, as a leader, you're looking to do, is to have those that you're working with feel good about themselves. And then the people that you want to work with will be attracted to you. And the people who you are working with, the people you lead, will also be attracted to you. So another lesson from this chapter is you do not create success by doing certain things. You create success in your endeavors by doing things in a certain way. It's just a trick of mnemonics and speaking. However, it really, really does work. So for example, when I was a door-to-door canvasser, I had the same neighborhoods, I had the same opportunity as everyone else in the van. When we'd go out, there'd be 5, 6 of us. We'd all be in the same neighborhoods. I'd have the same number of streets, same number of houses, same opportunities as everybody else. Yet I would regularly bring in twice to 10 times more what the other canvassers brought in. Always, every night, without fail. Why? Because I was doing the same thing as them, canvassing door to door, but I was doing it in a different way. I had a trick up my sleeve, and I tried to teach them, and some, I don't remember anybody really taking it on. I do remember actually some people uh, getting better once I worked and trained with them. Um, Basically, I knew how to qualify. If somebody was a no, well, you get out of there as quick as possible. You wish them well and you get out quickly if they're truly a no. And so you have to be able to read no's. If someone's a maybe, well, you work with them for a little bit and see if that maybe can turn into a few dollars for the charity. We were working for environmental charity. But you don't bug them or harass them, and you move on if you can find out what they're interested in your charity and speak to that, then they might actually give you some. If somebody is a yes, a true yes, you stay with them. You build the relationship. I would spend half an hour. We had 3 hours out there. I would spend half an hour with one person, 45 minutes, but I would walk away with anywhere from $100 to $1,000 from that house after just having met them half an hour ago. Whereas, the other canvassers would be asking for $10 or $20, but I would ask for $10 or $20 a month for a year. So right there in one house, if it's $10, it's $120. If it's $20, it's $240. So I'm making in one house what they make the other canvassers make the whole night, because I asked for the large numbers. You can always ask for the large numbers, and then if they say no, then something smaller like $50 sounds good, and that's still half of what another canvasser would bring in the whole night. So I would only do one half of one street, but the other canvassers would completely fill their whole territory. They would do 6 or 7 streets, both sides, completely done, but I would only be hitting 1/8 of what they would hit and come in with anywhere from 2 to 10 times what they came in with, because I knew how to maximize my time. So doing the same thing, but doing it in a different way. And my energy about it was excellent. It's the same as selling hardwood. I sell hardwood flooring. I love working with my customers. I love their projects. I love finding a floor that matches their cabinets, their wall color, their furniture. I take it on as if it were mine. And I really get excited about that. And my customers, my clients, they feel that excitement. They feel that love, and they trust me, and they love that I love their project, and I'm as involved in it as they are. I'm not just showing them stuff. I'm really engaged in and giving my honest opinion. And I will even say, something that they're interested in. I'll say, I don't think that looks good. Um, and so, and it's this wonderful balance as well. It's a wonderful puzzle, because we have things we have to sell, we have things we have to move, but I can't sell them something they're going to be unhappy with, right? It's our reputation, and I don't want that. They don't want that. So there's a lot of responsibility in sales as well, and you got to match the price point that they're looking for. So it's, again, the other salespeople at my business, they sell, I sell, we're both doing the same thing, but the way I do it is I'm in love with it, and the customers feel it, and I end up selling far more than anyone else in the business. Same with my business partner. He also sells far more when he's on, because he loves it too. He loves the environmental aspect of it all, and that's what he really focuses on. And that just exudes out of him, comes through. Customers love it. They love his passion. They feel it. He's not just selling them. He is genuinely passionate about the floors and the environment, and they get that, and they feel trust with him. So we do not create success by doing certain things. We create success by doing things in a certain way. What you're focused on, that are you creating increase for the people around you, and how is your vibration? How are you feeling about yourself and your product and what you're selling, your work, the service you're offering and giving. So look at what you're doing, look at your business, your work, your service, your volunteering, whatever it is that you're focusing on and wanting to better. Is there a better way that you can be doing it? Is there a way you can leave everybody impression of increase? Is there a better attitude you can have towards yourself, towards your worth, towards the value that you're bringing to this person? Are you really in touch with the value that you're bringing? If you're not, you won't be believing in yourself, and that won't come through you in your actions and the way that you speak. And too much belief in yourself can lead to cockiness and pride. Yet there can be pride and there can be humility as well at the same time, and a love for what you do and knowing the value that you're giving. So you're not selling yourself short as well in your pricing. And people understand when you know what you're talking about, and they can feel it and they will pay for it. Now, this, of course, is not just about making money, although money will increase when you do things in a certain way and when you're leaving people with an impression of increase. This is about vitality, your happiness, your positivity. Everything works better when you work this way. Your relationships, your emotional, your mental, your spiritual, and ultimately your physical health. So we say that mental, emotional, and spiritual all affect the physical. The physical health is where our true health shows up last, I believe. I believe it shows up in our spiritual, mental, and emotional first, and then translates and shows in the physical. So this is about all around health of our being and our entity. This vibrational medicine, you could call it, this vibrational work, this energy work that we're doing here. Really using our mind to create the right vibration so that we are healthy and successful, not just in money, but in all aspects of life, anything that you want to create. An interesting concept is the best in their field, they're not competing. The best in their field are not competing, they're creating. They're not competing against, in hardwood flooring, I don't look so much to what all the other hardwood floor companies are doing. I look to see what we have, our products, how can we best get them out there and present them, and how can we do it better than how we did it before. I look to inspiration from the other hardwood flooring industry people, but I'm competing mostly with myself, what we've done before and how to create better. So Bob talks about Tiger Woods and how Tiger Woods was the best golfer in the world, and everybody knew it. And he would just get paid $1 million to show up, whether he played well or not, at a golf tournament. And Bob says that Tiger Woods changed his swing twice, entire revitalization of his swing twice, not because he needed that to beat the others, but he needed that to be better, to outplay himself where he'd been before. So he's not competing, he's creating. So if you think about it that way, there's far less pressure on yourself, and it's far more fun to be a creator than in competition. And you need to be calm as you go about this. I love the quote by James Allen, the writer who did As a Man Thinketh. He says, calmness of mind is one of the beautiful jewels of wisdom. It is the result of long and patient effort in self-control. Its presence is an indication of ripened experience and of a more than ordinary knowledge of the laws and operation of thought. So let's look at some of those laws. Bob talks a lot about the laws of the universe and how things really work under the hood, you could say, the wiring on the motherboard that we don't see. But a law is something that affects every person, every situation, every time, no matter what. So one of these laws is the law of compensation. And the law of compensation states that you will be compensated for what you do, not just financially, but also vibrationally, energetically, just the feeling of success as well as the monetary. And so you will be compensated for what you do, fame and fortune, in the exact proportion to the level of demand for what you do, how well you do it, and how difficult you are to replace. So is there a demand for what you do? Is there a demand for hardwood flooring, for coaching, for organizing, for gardening, for community activism, for facilitation, for thanatology? Yes, there is a demand for these things. So the demand is already taken care of. We don't really have to worry about these things. There is a demand for what we do. So how about how we do what we do? And that's what we're talking about in this lesson, is how we do what we do, leaving people with an impression of increase, creating, not competition, and how we do what we do, how we do certain things rather than doing certain things. So if we focus on how we do our work, that's what we have control of. That is what will give us success. And now the last thing is how difficult you are to replace. Well, if you're focused on number two, how well you do what you do, number three, how will take care of itself as well. You will be difficult to replace, and then your stock goes up. Your price can go up. You will be compensated, fame and fortune, in greater and greater ways. So that's the law of compensation. Now, again, these are all vibrational laws that we're talking about here, and everything that we do, coming from the mind to the feelings, to the vibration of the body, our actions, and our results. So everything we're talking about are governed by the law of attraction and the law of vibration. The law of attraction states that we attract to us that which we give out. We receive that which we give. So truly uplifting thoughts, feelings, vibration, actions will bring about the same in return. What we give out comes back to us. We're attracting that which we give out. So the law of attraction is actually governed by the law of vibration. However, underneath everything is the law of vibration. So the law of vibration states that we're living in a world of energy. Yeah, it's a world of motion. We're in an ocean of motion. Everything vibrates, and everything from the kettle I'm looking at, to the chair, to the house, to this body, the food that we eat, everything is vibrating as we're speaking. The words, the sounds, the light, everything is vibrating, and everything vibrates on a certain frequency, and those frequencies match each other and attract each other. So in the law of vibration, what we're putting out vibrationally comes back to us vibrationally. So if we are putting out our best, if we are putting out positivity, if we're putting something that really, really feels uplifting to us and others, that's what comes back to us. So these are some of the things that affect our compensation, our success, our fame, our fortune, our health, our well-being, our vitality. So extremely important to think about over and over, play this lesson over and over, listen to it, remember it, write about it, study it until it becomes second nature to you.